I started shooting for this huge project I've been working on for some months this Saturday. And I feel like it's going to be a game changer for the musician community in general. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's one of the things I want to be discussing, like setups. Like I'm gonna have like two different setups because I play with a million different ones, but
So
just
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
so for me, it all depends. Like I'm random with the setups, but I go into it with what am I going to need. So the whole purpose of me doing the different setups was, you ever know, like when you go to play for like you go play behind a drummer and you're not comfortable. So
Yeah.
for me, I used to just be like, yo, let me just start playing in all different kind of ways, so that if I have to play behind somebody, I'm comfortable. So I'll be able to play in any kind of setup. So I first started getting that idea when I saw Cleon on some YouTube videos, like way back in the day, like 2009, 2010, around that time, maybe a little bit before. I could be wrong. But like, Cleon setups be like, what the hell?
Right.
But because it's like, it makes you think. So for me, it's like, okay, I need to expand my mind. But then if I could play on these unorthodox setups, or to what other people think is unorthodox, then when I come behind this person, if I gotta play a gig, I'm a lazy drummer at times. I hate going to gig. I gotta move this time, do this, do. I like to just sit down, especially if I'm playing behind somebody. I like to just sit down and just go. So
Right.
now, the time that I've been put in them situations, man, I just sit down. Hey, you need this? Nah, I'm good. I'm cool. I'm fine. Let's just go.
Right.
And I'm comfortable because I can play in any type of setup. You know what I'm saying? So then that right there also, then it just started getting me more creative when it comes to my roles and stuff like that. So let me try putting, if I'm playing open-handed and I got the floor tom where my hi-hat would be, let me see what a roll would sound like if I'm playing here. I did a studio session 2 days ago where I played everything to the left. So I was like snare, and I'm rolling straight here. I ain't even have a cymbal to my right. Everything was just to the left. Now, and so then it just made me just start, okay, let's see what else I can do. So then I just started building up like that. And so that's why I have so many. And it's funny to me when I be saying stuff like the one joint I did the other day when I was doing the loops. Oh man, you got the Chris Dave for you. Chris Dave inspired. I'm like, I'm inspired by everybody, but I'm like, dude, I play with so many setups. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I play with a million and one setups. It's not a Chris Dave setup, not this. It's literally just different setups to make me think creatively, to be able to expand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like different setups that I play, I don't even do the same roles because it's different. It's not going to even sound the same. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But it keeps me on my toes. You know?
Right. Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
dog.
that's good because most of the time, like you say, when you playing behind somebody else, you got to switch this and put this over there, and
Yep.
like, no, I can get on. I can play the rod over here. It could
Dude,
be over here. It could be wherever. It don't matter.
I honestly don't remember the last time I've ever moved somebody else's drums playing behind them. If I went to a church, if I went to a get whatever, I literally just sat down.
Okay. Now, with that being said, and it's something that I always talk about. Say, for
Yeah.
instance, you do play behind somebody.
Hmm.
You change everything. Do you put it
Put it
back or
back.
do you,
Put it back. Put it
yeah.
back. Man, don't, because I done had Bama's come to my joint, even when I had people fill in for me in my church, switch stuff around, don't put it back. Dog, put it back. And that was another thing. And that's why I say, like, I want to be comfortable. It's disrespectful. Like, man, don't, because my thing is, Negro, this ain't your joint. You here filling in or you here visiting. Put my ish back. Don't
Right.
sit in. Like, then when I come back in, I got to sit there and do this. Nah,
Yeah,
nah.
switching heights and all that. Don't let
Man,
them
come
don't let them retune your drums. That's really disrespectful.
on. Listen, yeah, I'm like, yo, I could care less what sound you want to hear. You in my home. Like,
Right.
don't touch my joint. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me. And I don't care who got anything said, that's just me. Nah, don't touch my joints, bro. No side. No side. I know what you
Right.
want to hear. Hey, you gonna hear these Wes Watkins sounds. You gonna have to be all right.
Right.
like when I matter of fact, perfect example. February, it was Got My Own Sound and RC and the Grits. We did 2 shows with them. And so I didn't know what the setup was gonna be like. So I brought my cocktail kit just in case I need to, you know what I'm saying? But I was cool playing behind Cleon because he plays in unorthodox setups at times, but I'm with that. I can do that. I got the idea from him. So, he plays with the snare, floor tom in the middle, 10-inch tom right here. He had the snare right here, and then it was a ride, and he had the spread. I'm like, oh, okay. So he was like, yo, you want to switch? Nah, I'm cool. Only thing we ended up doing, his bass drum was sliding. So I said, hey, if you want, I get the cocktail bass drum. And we had the cocktail bass drum, the floor tom and the snare set up in the middle, hi-hat. I don't even think he did have a hi-hat to the left. Only thing I did was just switch the hi-hat cymbals and added a crash.
Right.
When he came up there, matter of fact, I put his cymbals back and took my sample pad. Ain't have the he got up and was able to get straight to business.
Right.
Like, that's how it should be.
Yeah, man.
Like,
That's
it
crazy.
wasn't and we did the same thing. We did it in Philly and when he came to DC. Same thing. He had the same setup. Cool. I got off. He walked on. It was that simple. I ain't have to wait to retune, remove, unless he wanted to move something else. That joint was that simple,
Right.
And
Wow.
that's how it should be.
And I see it firsthand because he right here in Dallas. So I see all this crazy stuff, man. Week in and week out. I'm like, why you got 4 toms over here, 1 cymbal, hi-hat?
Man, I'm trying to tell you, but it opens up your mind creatively, and I love it.
Right.
And literally, I literally just sit there and think, like, for me doing the recording this week, I was like, man, what is my setup going to be? Like, what do I feel like? What am I feeling in my soul? Like, I literally got all the drums. They like laid out in my living room right now. I've been trying to picture how I'm gonna do everything in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but
that's crazy, man. Yeah.